Uncensored Live. This is episode number 3. We're going to do things a little bit different today because unfortunately, my guest that I have scheduled to come on today, he and his family ended up coming down with the illness. So, it's that time of year around here in Michigan, weather all up and down, and we know how that goes. So, everybody just keep him in your prayers, and we're gonna try to get him here on the show, sometime in the future because this guy is a great recording artist, great friend of mine, great entrepreneur, and I still want to let you all know that if just a little bit about this guy. Me and him has been friends since high school, and he's just a great person. Like, he's a great friend to me. Throughout the years, I don't want to spill all the beans. I want to just tell, the story of our friendship when he is on the show. But this is somebody who is not only a very resourceful person and a very helpful person when it comes to health and fitness, because as I was telling you all and giving everybody a heads up on the show, that he is a certified personal trainer, and he's a nutritionist, so he has a lot of beneficial information concerning our health and fitness, and I wanted to discuss some of those things with him. And he also does personal training, so I wanted to get him connected with anybody who is looking for a trainer and trying to get into shape for one reason or another. It's beneficial for all of us to take care of our body. So I wanted to have him on the show for that reason, and I also wanted to have him on the show to share his story as an orphan and one who grew up in an adopted family and things like this, because we want to deal with those types of issues on this show. We don't just want to entertain, but we want to inspire, we want to inform, we want to do all of those types of things that the Lord will have us to do. So that's why, I'm looking forward to Corey coming onto the show. If you all would like to check out any of his music, he does have his music available on YouTube Music, and his username is The Real Corey Breeze. So you can check out some of his music there. And actually, as we get into the show today, it's going to be a musical show because I'm doing things a little different, and I'm filling in because I want to make sure I continue to come on and, just kick it with you guys and touch bases with everybody. But since Corey wasn't able to come on today, we're going to go ahead and play some music. And I'm going to perform some live songs for you all tonight as well. Some of my favorite R&B songs that I've written and that I've uploaded. I know sometimes people may not have had an opportunity to actually visit my channel and check out some of the songs and things like that. So, this would be a great opportunity tonight to share some music with you all, kind of lighten up the mood a little bit and just do things a little differently. So I hope everybody is doing good on the chat. I'd like to say hello to you all, and I hope you all are having a great weekend. So with that being said, I want to start off today by sharing a song that I just made with my good friend Corey, who I was telling you about. Me and Corey have been rapping together since we were in high school, and Corey is a very great rapper. We've made a lot of songs together, and we haven't done a song together in years. So it felt really, really good to get reconnected with him and, drop a track together. So I'm going to show you all this track. The name of this song is In the Bag. When you listen to the track, you will kind of hear what it's about. It's really self-explanatory, but it's a very, like what I call a Detroit anthem, because, Detroit is known for being a blue collar city. It's known for being a city where we believe in hard work, and we believe in, overcoming adversity and obstacles, no matter what we may be faced with. And, I try to make those types of songs that inspire us to continue to do that every single day. When we just get up to go to work and go about our everyday business or whatever, we need inspiration a lot of times. We need motivation. So, this is one of those types of songs. And, we're going to start off the night with this song. It's called In the Bag. It's Dave Grady featuring Corey Breeze. So let me go ahead and pull that up for y'all, and we'll get the night started with that. Put it in the bag, put it in the bank. Know it's already done, even though to you it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank, you can put it in the bag, put it in the bank. Know it's already done, even though to you it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank. put it in the bank. Put it in the bank, put it in my hand. I'm the executed plan. I ain't dreaming like a fan. California dreaming get you nothing but a tan. Rather work from the ground up, building up a brand. You trying to be the man, I'ma fulfill my purpose. Anything else is worthless. I searched it, whatever the plan before birth of earth is. That's what I mean when I say purpose. So I gotta live it out, love gotta give it out. It ain't all about having dividends in accounts, but when I needed support, that's when people bounce to accept a small amount. It's a true account. Now I need cash like swim from the shot. No, they mad. Now they on 10 from the shot. Getting wind of my plots and the skills that I got. Keep it real on the block till my head getting chopped. Put it in the bag, put it in the bank. Know it's already done, even though to do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank, you can put it in the bag. Put it in the bank, know it's already done, even though you do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank.
I'm in my bag, plus I'm chasing me ones. Swear the ones that dare to dream be the craziest ones. For the ones that don't believe, they be the atheist ones. Piss off Trump doing American anthem with Canadian drums. That spirit make them think I speak in alien tongues. In this pad, I keep the heat of 8 Arabian suns. They ain't ahead if I lapped them. Where they racing me from was never popular. They ain't never play with me once. Just the vibes, just the views, yeah, this is sky. You ain't even all the way up if you think this is high. We going beyond the clouds. Starship Enterprise got me right next to the stars. I'm feeling energized. We go on and on. Erica Badu, cash flowing, spitting better than I do. Money bags under the eyes, and I can cry too. Loyalty don't come with disguises like your lies do.
Put it in the bag, put it in the bank. Know it's already done, even though to do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank, you can put it in the bag. Put it in the bank, know it's already done, even though to do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank, put it in the bag. Put it in the bank, know it's already done, even though to do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank, you can put it in the bag. Put it in the bank, know it's already done, even though to do it ain't. Motion on the uppercut like tank, make it hits like a boxing. Put it in the bank. So yes, that's we gonna start the night off with that first track that was in the bag. Yours truly, Dave Grady here, featuring the real Corey Breeze. As I told you all, if you would like to hear more of Corey's music, he's a great artist. You can check him out on YouTube Music at the real Corey Breeze. If you are interested in personal training and you would like to check out Corey's work as a personal trainer, you can go and follow him on Instagram. Corey Stoner Fitness on Instagram. So hopefully we'll have him on the show pretty soon. He'll be able to give you guys more information about those things. So, that was supposed to be today's show, but I got a little something for y'all instead. And I'll be doing a couple tracks for y'all, singing some songs or whatnot. And we just gonna have a good time tonight and take it smooth, take it easy. Because the past 2 episodes were pretty intense, but I truly am enjoying the podcast. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to come on the internet and share my music with you all. I'm thankful for the opportunity to come and be able to share the word of God and minister to you all and, just address and engage all of the things that, are going on in our culture and in our society today, because that's what Uncensored Live is all about. That's what G-Note Productions is all about. We're all about real life, all about real art, and expressing ourselves in a way of excellence that would bring glory unto God, that would be relatable to others and enjoyable for others. This is what all these things is about. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for all the gifts and talents God has given me. And I'm just praying that he continue to perfect those things in me. So, if anybody is interested in joining the show, coming on as a guest, if you have a business that you would like to promote, or if you have some type of ministry or nonprofit organization, if you have some type of political activism type message that you would like to get out there, or you want to make people aware of some things, you have some type of cause that you're advocating for, and you would like to come onto the show as a platform to discuss and make us aware, you can reach out to me at gnotemusic at gmail.com. That's GNOTEMUSIK at gmail.com. If you would like to collaborate on music, if you do gospel music or Christian music, if you are a singer or a songwriter, if you need production or beats, you need songs written, or you need a recording studio to come and record it, and you're in the Detroit area, you can also reach out to me and email me concerning these things as well at gnotemusic@gmail.com. So, I'm looking forward to hearing from people. I really would prefer having guests to come onto the show and discuss, but as I told you all, I do have little treats lined up for when we don't have a guest on for the week. So, like I said today, I'm gonna be singing a couple songs, and R&B is one of the things that I sing. I mean, for me, it's all just music. It's all the same. I don't compartmentalize it. I don't categorize it. I sing songs unto the Lord. I write songs about, my relationship with my wife, my love for my wife, or just love in general between a man and a woman. It's a beautiful thing. I make songs about all kind of stuff that I'm going through struggles in life or things that I have to overcome. So I try not to limit myself when it comes to how I express myself. My only rules are, there's certain things that I don't believe that I am allowed to express through music because it's so toxic and negative that, those types of things the Lord wants me to not hold it in and not acknowledge that it's there, but it doesn't need to be addressed through a song. Those types of emotions and thoughts and feelings and things, those get addressed through prayer. Those get addressed through sometimes even having difficult discussions with people who I receive counsel from and things like that. But a song is not going to fix every problem. But songs have fixed a lot of problems in my life. Songs have helped me to get through a lot of things in my life. And, I'm just the type of artist, I like to make positive music that would lift your mood, lift your spirits, put you in a place of more positivity. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that life ain't always positive and life is not always good, but I just want to make sure that as an artist that I'm contributing to the good. And I'm helping people dwell in the good by, what I contribute with my art. So that's why I make the type of music I make. I don't try to, a lot of people make songs about breakup and about, sad R&B and all that type of stuff. I'm not going to judge nobody who does that, but I just don't feel led to make that type of music. I just sing about two people being in love and the benefits, the enjoyments of it and all those types of things. So this first song, this is a song that I wrote for my wife, and it's back in about 2021. It's one of my favorite songs. I kind of surprised myself with it, but she challenged me and I challenged myself to write her something, and I came back home after we hung out. We wasn't married at the time, and I said, let me write her a song and see what I come up with. And name of the song is Cover You Up. So we'll start off with that. And then, guys, I'm going to have to sing over the actual tracks as well because I'm a little hoarse today. It's rainy outside and the weather is all up and down, so it's got me a little hoarse. So I'm going to sing behind the actual track to kind of help me out a little bit, but I'm going to still be singing too. So, that's how we're going to do it. This song, this is called Cover You Up, Dave Grady R&B right here. Let me cover you up, 'cause I only wanna give my all and never give up on love. If you give a call, then you know I'ma pick up. 'Cause whenever you're around me, baby, I feel like it's just us. Let me take it there with me. Moon is shining bright, don't need gravity. All I do is think of all that we could be. Come with me and make reality with me. Oh yeah, 'cause I only wanna give my all and never give up That was Cover You Up, G Note Productions 2021. As I told you, I'm hoarse, extremely hoarse today. So I had to struggle through that, but we got that one out. So we gonna see what we can do today. I had about 4 or 5 songs lined up, but man, hopefully my voice don't go out on me here. We're gonna get this going. But that song was called Cover You Up. Just like I said, I try to do all kind of different vibes, different flavors of music. And I'm gonna do one more track here, and then after I do this track, maybe we'll talk a little music, because I come from a musical family, you know what I'm saying? Like I was taught and trained by um, recording artists and producers who, had professional equipment and was doing projects with people in the music industry, my dad and my uncles and things like that. They were pursuing music heavy back in the 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s. So, me being around that, I learned a lot from them and took strong interest in it and, start working on my skills and things like that. And these days, like I was telling you all, I just really try to use my music to supplement and support myself concerning these other things I got going on, trying to move forward and do ministry work, trying to take care of my family. I have responsibilities and things like that. And, when I started G Note Productions, I was really looking towards, with now that the internet allows us to be able to share music and allows us to be able to network and has really changed the dynamics of the music industry in many ways. When I started G Note Productions, that was what I had in mind, just um, building a niche market, of people who enjoy the type of music that I make and working with artists who, you know, resonate with the type of music that I make as well, and just networking together as independent artists, because it's a different ball game when you out here and you are signed to record labels and they're putting money behind you and you under contracts. There's certain things that you can and can't do, certain people you can and can't work with, certain things you can and can't say. So me being an independent artist and not having to deal with all of that, I'm trying to take full advantage of being an independent artist, and that's why I put music out no matter how many people listen to it, no matter, how big it gets or doesn't get. I'm always working towards making the music sound better and figuring out ways to really grow an organic audience, because that's what matters to me as an artist. Anybody can upload some music or make material in this day and time, especially now you got AI and you got all kind of technology that can help make you create a decent sounding song. But to really be a talented artist and to really have some soul and some substance in what you are creating and making connections with others who listen to it and experience it, and doing it in a way to where it's timeless. Like that's the type of music that I respect. That's the type of music that I grew up listening to, and those are the type of music that the type of artist that I aspire to be like. So that's my culture, and that's the kind of culture that I involve in my creativity process and in my music making process. And I just try to keep everything really simple, and I try to keep everything really organic. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of really natural. I mean, I'm a part of the technology generation, so I do utilize the technology and stuff, but I try to keep everything kind of organic as well. I don't want it to be all technology. If I can't get on here and sing you guys a song, you know what I'm saying, with just sing it, then that's a problem. What kind of artist or singer or songwriter am I? And that's what we have now. We have a lot of people who hide behind screens and things like that, and they use computers and push buttons and stuff to make it as if they're something that they're not. But I don't want that to be the case with me. So that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing some music with you all like this tonight. So we're gonna go ahead. I've given my vocal cords a little bit of time to rest after that first song. We're gonna move on to this next song here. This is another song that I wrote for my wife, and I wrote this song, when we got married, and it was something that I sang for her on the day of our wedding. and it's another one of my favorite songs. It's called "Love You More." And I want to give a shout out as well to the producer who not only produced this track that I'm about to sing, but he produced the track on the last track that I just sang as well on "Cover You Up." His name is Briozini, and he's sweet, man. He's a really good R&B producer. I like his tracks. So if you're an R&B singer, and you're looking for beats, you're looking for music, man, check out Briozini. He has really nice R&B tracks for you to sing too. So this song is called "Love You More." Baby, don't you be afraid. Everything will be okay. Yeah, I know you feel some type of way. Don't worry, cause I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you be. Oh, baby. Yeah, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'll love you more, yeah, yeah. Love you more. Let's talk about it. Like you never been loved before. Here is my chance to show you I love you. Please take my hand while I touch you and hug you. Feel what I'm saying. And forget all that happened. Let's get to laughing. Life filled with passion. I've been around the world, seen a million new faces. Bonding so strong that the time never wasted. You look so good in that dress, I can taste it. Please don't erase it. Please let me take it. Let you be. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby. You see it all. You see it. Oh, baby. I'll love you more. Let's talk about it. Oh, baby. More and more. Oh, baby. Forever I'm in love with you. Do you love me too? Forever I'm in love with you. Do you love me too? Oh yeah. So that was "Love You More," Gino Productions right there, y'all. Just some more of my R&B. So, just trying to lighten the mood a little bit, trying to relax this weekend. I know a lot of us been working hard, so much going on. My wife and I went to the store today and, did some grocery shopping and things like that. And of course, we looking at how the shelves, are being, they're emptying, and it's like a lot of these stores are trying to fearmonger us and telling us the shelves are going to be empty and things like this. But I've been paying attention to that type of stuff, and the shelves have been looking a bit light now for a while, for a couple years. And a person like myself, I've been trying to get on here and trying to warn people, tell people to prepare, be responsible. The Bible gives us these type of principles and stuff as well. So that's why all you can do is just do the best you can, do what you can, and then from there you just got to trust the Lord. And so that's what I encourage everybody to do. And I don't know. I wish I had a bit more to discuss. I didn't have a lot of time today to go over anything else to prepare. And that's why we just said, man, we're gonna go ahead and perform a couple tracks because I didn't have a lot of time at all. When I woke up this morning and came downstairs to get some work done here, my computer was froze on me. It locked up. I had to go buy a USB keyboard because my keyboard on my laptop is not working, and so that was a monkey wrench for me. Spent a few hours trying to get in contact with tech support, and there was no tech support. So I said, well, oh well, we're gonna have to figure out something. And then I got the call from my guest saying he wasn't gonna be able to make it today. So I said, well, Lord, you'll show me something. You'll give me an idea. We'll get something going on here. We'll get some content for the people today. And I want to encourage you all as well. If you are just coming into contact with this podcast or this stream that I'm doing right now, I do have Bible studies available as well. But when you go to my channel, if you go to the G Note Productions channel, make sure that you click on the live videos, because I don't know, like sometimes they recommend stuff on the For You at the top, but sometimes they don't. And all of my Bible studies, all of these podcasts, they're just straight live. So I really don't upload videos like that. I just do most of my stuff live stream. So if you click there on that live stream button, you'll see all those Bible studies pop up, and you'll see the prior Uncensored live podcasts that have been done pop up as well, which those are some pretty interesting discussions. In that first episode, I had spoke with Miss Adrian Willer about the name of Jesus and some religious issues and indictments that she have against the church. And then in the second episode, I had a good friend of mine and former coworker of mine who is a certified firearms instructor. He came and gave us some information about carrying firearms safely and responsibly, and gave us some self-defense, dispositions, mentalities, great advice. So, go back to the channel, check out some of that older content. It'll definitely be worth your time. And like I said, I hope you all have been enjoying the songs or whatever. Now, it's kind of funny because I'm gonna do this here, and I would like to hear from you all because I want some feedback, which I don't get a lot of feedback. Unfortunately, I wish I got more, but I don't know why people choose to not engage on the content that I upload. But when I upload music, I would love to hear constructive criticism. I would love to hear feedback from people, whether positive or negative. And I do understand that everybody's not gonna like your music. Everybody's not gonna think that you're a good artist or whatever. And sometimes some people, even if they're talented and their music is good, everybody's not gonna like it. And then some people just suck. But if you uploading content, you got to be ready to deal with that aspect of it. So I accept all that, and I uploaded a song the other day. Actually, the song I showed you guys that I did with my friend Corey, and I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, shared it on Facebook or whatever. And somebody that we actually both know personally had made a comment on there about the beat, that he didn't like the beat because it sounded like it was, he said, let me help you guys with some beats that don't sound like they was made in 1998. So I thought that was pretty funny because he's actually not the first person that I've heard say that. And I've heard, I haven't heard a lot of people say that, but I've heard it enough from different individuals, especially even people who when I was pursuing music, I would desire feedback from people who was pursuing music or were already in the music industry, other producers and different stuff like that. You got to get that type of feedback. And that was one of the constructive criticisms that would constantly come across my way, is that, man, your beats, they sound dated. They sound like they're too old. They don't sound like they're up to date. And a lot of that has to do with the sounds that producers use, because the latest up to date music that we hear on the radio that's most popular are the hit songs. The people who make beats and the people who produce tracks for artists to record to, they make sure that they have the same sound packs as those songs that are out, as the most popular songs, to replicate that song, the energy of the pop culture during that time when it comes to music. And, I totally understand that strategy. And, I get that if a person is trying to make pop culture type music, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm 41 years old at this point, and I highly doubt that I'm gonna be the next Drake or Lil Wayne or all of these things, these superstar artists who had hit songs and made millions of dollars off of their songs. That window for me has passed. But I do enjoy the creativity process. I enjoy making music, and I'm a bigger fan of listening to music, and I enjoy listening to music, whether it be music that I made or music that somebody else made. I enjoy listening to music more than I enjoy making music. And listening to music and enjoying just the experience of listening to music is what inspired me to begin to create and make music. And when I began, I started making music, when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, as far back as I can remember. But the music that I would make, I mean, I could only make music based off of what I enjoyed and what I was listening to. So as my tastes continued to evolve and cultivate as I got older and things like that, you know, um, my music would sound like that what I was listening to, basically I would feed off of what my parents listened to. So my mom and dad, they listened to a lot of R&B, like 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B, soul. They listened to a lot of rap and hip hop during the 90s. They listened to a lot of uh, jazz, my mom, she loved like smooth jazz, you know what I'm saying? Like very commercial jazz. She would play these type of stuff in the house, while we cleaning up and stuff every weekend. My mom liked a little bit of gospel, but between her and my dad, we had a wide variety of music that we would listen to growing up in my home. And music was played almost every day in my home. You know what I'm saying? My parents, when they would get home from work, they would wind down, and people would come over our house and visit, and everybody would have a few drinks, listen to some music, have a few laughs, talk, and then go home. And this happened almost every day at my house. So no matter whether we were riding or going on a road trip or at the house just listening to music, or my parents were entertaining company, music was a vital part of that. And they had great taste in music, and I would just sit there as a kid and I would enjoy, and I would highlight songs that I really liked. And then when I started creating my own music, yeah, it would sound like the stuff that I grew up listening to. So when I would hear people, as I really started getting serious about producing and trying to create my own sound and trying to create a sound that was marketable based on what I heard people listening to on the radio and stuff, it kind of surprised me when I started hearing people say that my sound sounded dated, or that the music sound out to date. But these people don't understand that it's just because I haven't spent that money to buy those packs and have those popular sounds that is exactly what you're hearing, your ears is hearing when you listen to the Drakes and the whoever is popular at this time when you listen to the radio. So my packs and my sounds that I use, they're not the latest and the greatest, because that's not really, that's not a priority for me. That's not really a main aim for me, is replicating a sound on the radio, because honestly, I don't listen to the radio. I couldn't even tell you the number one song that's popular out right now that everybody's listening to and singing. I have no clue. And when it comes to these things, and that's another reason why my music sounds different, because I'm in my own world, just making my own type of stuff based on what I do and what I listen to, and the mind frame that I'm in, the level that I operate on. So when people hear it, it's gonna sound different from what the world is pushing in the mainstream music that's being pushed on the radio and things like that. So a lot of people don't understand this, and they think that that is why I have not been successful with my music, but they don't understand that I could very easily replicate songs like that and make songs like that. And I have done that before, back in my early 20s. And when I was a teenager, that's what I was doing. But I made a decision at some point in my life that, you know, I want to stay true to myself. I want to stay true to the Lord. I want to stay true to how I was raised and my beliefs and values, and everything that I do in my life. I wanted to reflect those things, and, you know, especially my music. Um, so that's why I make the type of music that I make. That's why it sounds the way that it sounds. And I was talking to my wife earlier about how, you know, once the internet came out, in my opinion, it was an orchestrated thing, and it was an attack in a way to keep black music executives and black recording artists and those who are influential in the music industry uh, as blacks. Um, it was a way to keep us from gaining the type of control and the type of influence that we truly deserve in the music industry today. Um, the using the internet and changing the music business the way that it has been changed. I believe that was done purposely to strip black people, or try to strip black people, of the heritage and the influence and the control that we should have over popular music today, period. Because in the 80s and 90s, black people, for the most part, made popular music what it is today. And now in 2025, we have a culture that is amalgamated, and you have Koreans, Filipinos, you have Mexicans, you have all these different cultures, Africans, whites, or everybody makes music that sounds like hip hop, and that sounds like it was a derivative of the hip hop culture that was created by black people, that was at its height. It was controlled by black people, the creativity aspects of it. And now, you know, as the internet has came out, I believe that the black people who were responsible for that and who were active in that, they are being shut out. They are being, you know, they are being ignored. And people such as myself, who make music that reflects that culture, that reflects the reality of the greatness of that music, and I'm just the next generation of that's supposed to bridge the gap for the generation under me. Because the generation under me, they may not even know of the cultural significance that black people had on popular music, if we do not support one another and continue to create music that reflects who we truly are and what we make. And I believe that's why, you know, those record companies make people create negative music and make them go against their morals and things like that, and promote or support them doing things that is unhealthy as far as lifestyle habits and things like that. Because, you know, this is a money thing, this is an influence thing, it's a power and control thing. And for me, you know, it's none of that. For me, it's fulfilling my purpose. It's inspiring my people, and the same blessings that I receive through listening to great music, providing that for other people as well. So, you know, that's what it's all about for me. And that's why I created G Note Productions. That's why everything about G Note Productions is the opposite of the mainstream music industry and what that is all about. That's why, you know, if I do make any income or any revenue off of all the things that I'm doing online, it all is going to go towards charity. It's all going to go towards charity, because this is about giving back, and it's about promoting and highlighting the good, and not the evil and not the negative. And that's so popular and so prevalent in our culture today, and I don't like that at all. So, you know, let's see here where we're gonna go next. Man, my voice is really struggling today, so I think I might just do one more song here. Um, let's see. Let's see. What can we do here? Yeah, let's do a recent song here. This is a song. Must be 2024. Excuse me. This song here is a song that I wrote after my dad passed away last year. My dad passed last year, and you know him. He was a great musician. My dad was a singer, songwriter, producer. He played the guitar, the keyboard, the drums, live performer. He collaborated with people. I mean, it. I know the truth about the music industry, and I know that talent is not enough to be successful in the music industry. I also know that all of the people who are extremely successful in the music industry, they sold their soul to the devil for those levels of success because he controls that industry. And my dad taught me these things, but he not only taught me those things, but he taught me how to make music. He taught me how to be a great artist. And my dad is the greatest artist that I've ever known. Um, and even though there's a lot of artists that are great that I look up to and stuff like that, I put my dad right up there with all of those, even the ones who are famous and have had some of the greatest accomplishments. I put my dad right up there with them, skill wise and talent wise. I mean, this man was amazing, and he had that spark in him that he always like believed that our music was gonna blow up. My dad, no matter where he was at in his life, no matter how bad things got, my dad, he always believed that he was gonna be something with his music. That he just needed the right connection. He just needed to run into the right people or be at the right place at the right time. He was always trying to cook some things up. And I love that about my dad, but I also hated that about my dad. And I won't talk about why or whatever, but it kind of did some things to me, and it kind of affected me in my pursuit in my music career in a way to where it was like certain things that I saw my dad go through and how I saw my dad end up because he pursued his dream of doing music and being a famous recording artist. It really rubbed me the wrong way. And that's why when it came to music, it was like I have always been just a no nonsense person. I don't want to waste no time. I'm not going to let nobody screw me out of anything. And, when it comes to music, it's almost like I would rather just have it as a hobby because if I treat it like a business, the way that I'm gonna have to be successful and to not deal with the mess that comes along with it, I don't really want to have to let that side of myself come out. So that's why I kind of keep everything at a level of, hey, you know, all of this is just icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I can record a song is icing on the cake because God gave me this voice not to record songs and make songs and replicate them and give them to as many people as possible so people can know how good I am at making music. God gave me this gift and talent so that I can open my mouth and sing unto him when I wake up in the morning. So that I can open my mouth and sing a song and praise the Lord when I'm just sitting in my living room and the Lord puts a song in my heart and it's time to sing it to him. That's why God gave me this. So that when I'm at the worship service and somebody needs to be encouraged with the song, the Lord can move on my heart and I can offer a song to minister to God's people. That's why God gave me this gift to be able to make music. So to be able to record and to be able to share it online, to be able to even possibly make money off of it and to be able to give back and do positive things with that, that is all icing on the cake. And that's how I treat it. And that's why I don't get mad or I don't get offended if somebody comes and they says, "Oh man, that sounds old," or "That sounds whack," or "Why you 41 and you still making music," or "You need to give it up," and all these things. Those things don't move me at all because, as I told you, all of this is icing on the cake and it's a blessing. And, my perspective is going to remain what it is no matter where other people's perspectives are at. Because even as this morning, when I was getting ready to get some work done down here and my computer locked up on me, I was a little upset, obviously, because I got a lot of work on my computer. I got a lot of music. People don't understand how much time and effort and work I put into my music. And, that's how you get it to sound the way that it sounds. It don't happen on its own. I mean, you can use technology, but even when you use technology, you still have to have skill with that. You got to know what you're doing. And for people, a lot of people can be critical and they can say things, and they don't understand and they don't do what you do. If they did, they would probably have more grace in their criticism. But You can't let those things stop you or discourage you. And I definitely don't, because, I'm doing all of these things for all the right reasons. And that's what I stay focused on. And I know that, I have 2 ears, and I know that I was a music fan before I was a music producer and a songwriter and all those things. And I know what good music sound like. And I've been around other people my whole life who knows what good music sound like. So that's why I just keep making my songs and doing my thing. And when it catch on, it will catch on. I already know that. I've had too many people tell me my music is good. So, everything is good with that, but I was surprised that the dude came on and, tried to clown me like that, tell me my stuff sounded old. And, I remember when my dad had started getting older, you do get to a certain point where the popular music, that's a young folks game. And the stuff that the young people are creating, those of us as we get older and we've been listening to all this music that sounded totally different and was of a whole different vibe and atmosphere when it was created. As we continue to create our music, it does sound different from what the young people are creating and listening to, and that which is popular. And what I saw happen to my dad is like that made him lose confidence in his ability to create. And I would always try to encourage my dad, because I saw so much skill and talent and gifts in my dad that he could have did anything with his music. He could have went and sang at funerals, or he could have went and sang at casinos, or he could have sharpened up and after a while he had ended up getting an injury on a nerve damage on his hand, so he couldn't play instruments any longer. But before that, he could have sharpened up his skill on one of his instruments. He played guitar, keyboard, and drums. He could have joined a band. There's always so many different things that we could do. We just have to we have to understand our value, and we have to understand that maybe the specific and exact thing that we thought we wanted or that we thought we were supposed to have, that might not be for us. But that doesn't mean that God doesn't have something for us, a venue available for us to use our gifts and talents and to even take care of ourselves and to be able to enjoy, all those things. And I think that him being focused on other people's opinions of his music and being critical of him because he was so gifted and talented, yet he hadn't reached the level of success that they thought that he should reach, or even that he had desired to reach. And that weighed on my dad very, very, very heavily all his life. And I sat there and I watched him be tormented by that. And I told myself, I'm never gonna let that happen to me. And I'm gonna always make music for people, and I hope that people like my music. I'm gonna give them my best, but if they don't, it's all good, because you can't please everybody. And as long as, I'm happy with my music and I'm pleased with it, and there's a certain amount of people that's saying it sounds good, then that means that I'm on the right track. So that's where I am at with my music. And I'm always very open to the creativity aspect of it. I'm always very open to doing things that sound different. That's why I make R&B and rap and gospel, and all those things sound different. There's so many different sounds, so many different genres and things like that. So, I don't want to close myself off or limit myself when it comes to, the ability to create different things. So, that's my approach when it comes to my music and the creative process. And I'm always open to working with others. So if you like to, work with me, reach out. This last song that I'm about to sing is called Forever. And this was a song that I had wrote, the first song that I wrote after my dad passed away. And I mean, it was just an R&B song. I don't know why I wrote an R&B song, but I was hard to write about anything else because I was so sad that my dad was gone, and all the things that I just shared with you all, I was thinking about those things, but it was on my heart times like 20. And it was keeping me from even being able to write music, because I just was feeling like, man, all the time and effort that I've put into my music, and all the time and effort that my family and my dad have put into this stuff. And look at what it has gotten me, only speaking for myself, look at where it's gotten me, people trying to clown me and make fun of me because I'm trying to share my gifts and talents and express myself in an artistic way, which has always been something that has been celebrated in the culture of in cultures in humanity throughout history. But for some reason, in the black culture and in hip hop, whenever we have something that is good and something that is beneficial and people love, we have to place all these stigmas and limitations on it and things like that. And I know that that's for a reason. But this was the song that I came up with when I wrote my first song after my dad passed away, and I called it Forever because the songs that all the things that my dad showed me about music and how he inspired me with his music, his drive, his hard work, his optimism towards something good happening with these things. Like it's gonna always stick with me forever. All the songs that my dad did, he's even made contributions to some songs on a professional level, and those things are going to be around forever in the hearts of us who have heard those things and we experienced his contributions. And so that's why I did the song called Forever, because my dad loved music. He loved making music. He loved listening to music. He loved and respect other artists who were great at making music, and he was just all about that. So when you get to doing things on that level, it's love. It's love, and love is eternal because God is love. So that's why I named this song Forever, and this gonna be the last song I sing, and then I'm gonna get out of here. It's Uncensored Live, episode 3. Just a little bit of Dave Grady R&B with a hoarse voice, might I add. I gotta throw that caveat in here. I think usually I would sound a lot better, but like I said, it's just the weather is crazy, but it's all good. So here we go. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Feel your love. I wanna feel your love. And ever. I wanna feel your love. I wanna feel your love. I wanna feel your love. So finally, yes, finally, I found me a special girl. So sweet to me, such a treat to me. My chocolate's in this world. The coolest chick, ooh, you're thick. So truly, I lay it down. Can't get enough. I love you such. So how does forever sound? How does forever sound, girl? Forever. I wanna feel your love. Feel your love. I wanna feel your love. Feel your love. Oh yeah. I wanna feel your love. I wanna feel your love. Feel your love. You'll always smell right, smiling bright. Don't need the God for life. On you, let's hit the town tonight. It's just sitting right, ain't it sounding right? I'm down for life, good times, drink down tonight. My brown delight, so it's alright. I'm taking time tonight. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I wanna feel your love. Feel your love. I wanna feel your love. wanna feel your love, yeah, yeah. I wanna feel your love. All right. That was Forever by Dave Grady. So shout out to man, help me. I'm about to shed a tear thing about my dad, but shout out to him. Miss him a whole lot. And I'm never gonna stop, creating music to glorify God and just utilizing all the things that my dad taught me, just to honor him with my music, and also just to honor everybody who have ever believed in me and encouraged me and enjoyed my songs and things like that. You all are so important to me, and I appreciate you. I thank God for the haters as well because you guys always keep me inspired and motivated. Like I said, I woke up this morning about to make some beats and drop some tracks because whenever, people try to tell me that, my beats don't sound up to date, my music don't sound up to date, you just gonna challenge me to make music that's timeless. I don't want my music to sound up to date. I want my music to sound great no matter what era or time we are living in. So that's my goal. And you all motivate me when you talk like that. So thank you. And I love everybody. God is great. Hey, this has been an episode of Uncensored Live. I think lastly, I'm a end with a rap track that I made. You know what I'm saying? I want to end with that because I was trying to have this track be the intro and outro track for Uncensored Live. And the name of this song is called Black Balls. And, when you listen to the lyrics of this rap song, you'll understand why it's called Black Balls. It's not, it ain't got nothing to do with anything perverted, but I was just playing with words there. And it actually has to do with the phrase of a person being blackballed out of a certain industry or platform and things like that for one reason or another. And I know that I've been blackballed on many different levels, and my response to any type of entity trying to blackball me is for them to keep my black balls out of their mouth, as I say in the song, because that means that you're just acknowledging my greatness. If you're trying to shut me out and if you're trying to suppress what I'm doing, or stop me or hinder me in any way, you just acknowledging my greatness, and it's not going to stop me. It's just going to push me to go harder. So that's what that song was all about. And that's what the Uncensored Live podcast is all about, providing people with the opportunity. And I'm not talking about, people who are crazy. I'm not talking about people who are on the fringe of society and, they are being ignored because they have nothing beneficial to provide us. But I'm talking about those of us who are for the people, those of us who are for the Lord truly, those of us who stand for truth, those of us who stand for justice and righteousness. And we know that there are evil entities out here that exist that benefit off of the ignorance of others, the naivety of others, even the goodness and faithfulness of others. And we must stand against that. We must speak out against that. We must promote that which is good, do whatever it is the Lord is leading us to do in this good fight of faith. So that's what Uncensored Live is about, to provide people with a fair, neutral platform where your voice can be heard. The things that we discuss or the things that shared may even be addressed on the biblical level from my perspective, because it's my show, but you still free to come on and you still free to, you know what I'm saying? We're open. We're not afraid of anything. We'll engage and we'll address anything because our confidence is in the Lord and in what he's done and what he has said. And, we're comfortable in that and we just flow in that. So that's what this show is all about. And that's why I'm going to end with this song, because I'm not going to let anybody suppress or stop that or shut that down, because where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Where the spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty to tell the truth, liberty to reap what you sow, liberty to promote that which is good. It's liberty to do that where the spirit of the Lord is. So I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I hope you all enjoyed the show tonight. There will be much more to come from where this came from. So continue to tune in, and we just gonna keep it moving. So, like I said, the name of this song is Black Balls. And if you all would like to respond and give me some feedback on this song, I would love to hear from you. Let me know if the beat sounds out of date. Let me know if this beat sounds like it's from 1998. Let me know how you like the song or whatever. Um, I would love to hear from you. So let's see here. I think I did that one. Must be 2024. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, y'all let me know if this beat sound out of date to y'all, and let me know if this song is whack, or let me know if you like it. And y'all take care and be blessed.
On the blackball me, blackball me, trying to blackball me. Balls out of your mouth, trying to act all free, but you act out the cheap. Can't see the black balls out of your mouth, trying to flex on me. That's a wreck on me, but my checks on. Black balls out of your mouth, on the blackball me, blackball me. I'm not scared of black balls out here. You dudes fruity, I move like Doug Flutie, like Notre Dame. I'm Rudy, you dudes could never move me, exuding that which will prove me. Right, you dudes groupies, you mad, they come and shoot me. But remember, it's not a movie. I got heat for everyone that you groupies come try to do me. Putting niggas to sleep like Cosby off the roofies. If this is war, I'm America, you the hoopies. You trying to blackball, that means you niggas coochie. Yeast infected, you niggas is dissected, ripped apart. You can never be recollected. Step into the one who endured all of the testing. You step into the one with the Lord counting his blessings. Big mistake, you niggas is so fake. I speak and bring heat, snowflakes dissipate. Swallowed up in the wake of the word, it's too late. We will crush and break. God is great, yeah. On the blackball me, blackball me, trying to blackball me. Balls out of your mouth, trying to act all free, but you act out the cheap. Can't see the black balls out of your mouth, trying to flex on me. That's a wreck on me, but my checks on. Black balls out of your mouth, on the blackball me, blackball me. I'm not scared of black balls out of your mouth. Every nigga wanted to record, I let him. Then when I turned to the Lord, they said forget him. Left me hanging out to dry, thought that I would die. That was a nice try, saith the most high. But you can never stop a guy that I made to win. Everybody mad at King, but they a slave to sin. So I say yes, Lord, I receive your word. They underestimate and thinking I'm a goofy nerd. Let the truth be heard, never follow the herd. They trying to keep you off the purpose and get you to swerve. I keep my eye on the road, talking every nerve. If you want discernment to see, then you gotta serve. That's when you find it really for you and against you. The why don't matter. Revelation is immense for, and it's gon' hurt to the death when it's just info. The love of money, the root of all evil that been broke. On the blackball me, blackball me, trying to blackball me. Balls out of your mouth, trying to act all free, but you act out the cheap. Can't see the black balls out of your mouth, trying to flex on me. That's a wreck on me, but my checks on. Black balls out of your mouth, on the blackball me, blackball me. I'm not scared of black balls out of your mouth.
So yep, that was Black Balls, y'all. And I dropped that track because again, I've reached out to so many people for collaborations, sent beats to people. Nobody ever, people, I talked to people about music and sat up there and kicked it with them, had conversations face to face, and we exchanged information. And I sent them music. They never got back with me. You know what I'm saying? Never responded. And it's gotten to the point where a lot of people in the hip hop community, a lot of people within just my community in general, are acting as if I am some type of ghost that does not exist. And the reason why that is happening is because we live in a cancel culture, and the type of things that I promote, the type of things that I stand for, like the Lord Jesus Christ. And, I don't consider myself a conservative, but because I promote conservative values such as, being a faithful husband and, divine order in the family, and, a husband and a marriage, and not getting a divorce, and traditional family values, all these things that I stand for and promote. There are entities that exist that are greatly against these things and that have influenced the mind of the average person in our culture to be against these things as well. So because of that, people such as myself and what I'm trying to do, it gets overlooked. It gets ignored, it gets fought against in many ways. Like I just told you, I woke up this morning, my computer is just froze, locked up. You know what I'm saying? Can't get it to work. Got to go out, do all these kind of crazy things to keep moving forward with, my endeavors and venues. So that's all I can do. But the blackballing does exist. If it wasn't for these things and everything was truly an even playing field, like they try to make it out to be and say it is, the music industry would look so different. It would be completely different than what we see today. There would be so many great artists that exist, and there wouldn't be like one just person who's dominating the radio waves and all those things. Everything would be so much more diverse and creative and original. It would be it would be much more organic. Um, and we kind of see that reflected on the internet. But as again I said, you can be shadow banned and they can cancel culture you, or yeah, all those things they really do exist. And I've had to deal with that. Like I told you all, I've been putting music out on the internet since we've been able to, because I've been making music since I was a little kid. I was recording music in studios in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s. So when the internet came out, I already had access to studios, and I was one of the first people who was able to just start putting music out on the internet that didn't have a record deal and things like that, or didn't have to go and, I already had studio equipment and things like that, or access to it. So I've been putting music out here for a long time. A lot of my music that I've put out have been stolen. The ideas have been stolen and all those things. They take that stuff and replicate it around the world, and you don't know who could be making money off of it and stuff. But when your own community don't support you and your own people, act like what you're doing ain't that big of a deal, or they think you just doing something that you can't let go of and all this crazy stuff, that's you end up looking like me. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good because, like I told you all, I'm doing these things for all the right reasons. And I definitely enjoyed spending this time with you all tonight. I enjoyed sharing those songs with you. We got somebody in the chat. They saying, "What's up, bro? Long time no see. What's going on?" Oh, that's my man's. What's going on? What's good with you, Manny? I hope all is well with you too, bro. It's good to see you, man. God bless you, brother. But yeah, so I definitely enjoyed you know, doing these songs with everybody tonight. And hey, I hope y'all enjoy them. It's gonna be more music to come. I got to get my boy Corey on here pretty soon. So when I get him on, we'll have him on to talk about the things that we were supposed to talk about on this episode. But in the meantime, everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. And Dave Grady, I'm out. I'll be with you guys again pretty soon. I'm about to go up here and hang out with my wife and relax because I've been extremely busy. So it's time for me to relax a little bit. So y'all take care. God bless. Peace.